India, the land of vibrant colors, spicy curries, and Bollywood. But behind the glitz and glamour lies a complex relationship between cinema and politics. Bollywood, India's film industry, is a colossal cultural force, shaping opinions and influencing hearts and minds. With its global reach, Bollywood films become powerful tools for political messaging, reaching millions worldwide. Politicians understand this power. They recognize that cinema can sway public opinion and garner support. It's no surprise then that political parties, particularly the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, are increasingly using Bollywood to further their agenda. The BJP, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has effectively utilized Bollywood to promote its Hindu nationalist ideology. Through subtle narratives and overt symbolism, films are used to shape the national consciousness, fostering a sense of Hindu pride and at times stoking the flames of Islamophobia. This tactic has proven successful in galvanizing support for the BJP, particularly among India's Hindu majority. In today's digital age, the marriage between cinema and social media is undeniable, and the BJP has mastered the art of leveraging this union. The party understands the power of platforms like YouTube, WhatsApp, and Facebook in disseminating its message and shaping public discourse. Movie trailers, song releases, and behind-the-scenes glimpses are strategically shared across social media platforms, generating hype and anticipation. This digital blitz ensures that films aligned with the BJP's ideology reach a wider audience, amplifying their impact. But the BJP's digital strategy goes beyond mere promotion. Social media platforms are also weaponized to spread misinformation and propaganda, often targeting religious minorities. Viral messages, often laden with Islamophobic rhetoric, circulate rapidly through WhatsApp groups, fueling communal tensions and deepening societal divides. This potent mix of cinema and social media creates an echo chamber, reinforcing existing biases and influencing voting patterns. Narendra Modi, India's Prime Minister, is a charismatic leader with a keen understanding of media and optics. He cultivates a carefully constructed image, often drawing parallels between himself and the heroes depicted in Bollywood films. Modi's speeches are often fiery and emotionally charged, echoing the dramatic dialogues that captivate Bollywood audiences. He skillfully employs religious rhetoric and nationalist sentiments, appealing to the aspirations of a rising India. This calculated blend of politics and entertainment has struck a chord with a large section of the population, solidifying Modi's image as a strong and decisive leader. His supporters see him as a messiah, a savior who will restore India to its former glory. Critics, however, argue that Modi's government is increasingly authoritarian, suppressing dissent and stifling freedom of expression. The line between Modi's political persona and a Bollywood hero becomes increasingly blurred, making it challenging to separate fact from fiction. One of the most concerning trends in Indian politics is the rise of Islamophobia. This dangerous ideology, often fueled by religious intolerance and historical revisionism, has found a fertile breeding ground in the digital age. Social media platforms, infamous for their lack of accountability, have become hotbeds for hate speech and misinformation targeting Muslims. Fake news stories, often depicting Muslims as a threat to India's national security, spread like wildfire through WhatsApp groups, inciting violence and sowing seeds of distrust. This climate of fear and suspicion has real-world consequences, leading to discrimination, hate crimes, and social ostracization of Muslims. The BJP, despite its claims of inclusivity, has often been accused of turning a blind eye to this growing problem. Some argue that the party benefits from this polarization as it consolidates its Hindu vote bank. The demonization of Muslims has become a dangerous tool in the BJP's political playbook, further dividing an already fragmented society. Section 5. Hindu nationalism rewriting history on the silver screen. Cinema has always been, a powerful tool for shaping historical narratives, and in India, this is no exception. The BJP and its ideological affiliates have increasingly used Bollywood to rewrite history through a Hindu nationalist lens. Films like and glorify historical figures who championed Hindu supremacy, often at the expense of historical accuracy. These films present a skewed version of the past, portraying Muslims as invaders and barbarians, while Hindus are depicted as valiant defenders of their land and faith. This selective portrayal of history serves a specific political purpose, to instill a sense of Hindu pride and justify the BJP's Hindu nationalist agenda. Critics argue that this manipulation of history is dangerous, as it whitewashes the contributions of other communities and fuels religious tensions. The rewriting of history through cinema is not merely an academic concern, it has the potential to incite violence and erode the secular fabric of Indian society. Section 6 and When Fiction Fuels Division. Two recent Bollywood films exemplify the trend of using cinema to promote a Hindu nationalist agenda. A fictionalized account of two Indian revolutionaries has been criticized for its portrayal of Muslims as villains and its glorification of violence. While the film's director claims creative license, critics argue that distorts history to fit a particular narrative. A biopic on the controversial Hindu nationalist leader Vinayak Damodar Savarkar has also drawn flack for its historical inaccuracies and its attempt to sanitize Savarkar's extremist views. The film portrays Savarkar as a freedom fighter, ignoring his role in promoting Hindu supremacy and his alleged involvement in Mahatma Gandhi's assassination. These films, while commercially successful, have sparked debate and protests, highlighting the contentious relationship between cinema, politics, and history in contemporary India. Section 7. A History of Influence Cinema and the State in India. The intertwining of cinema and politics in India is not a recent phenomenon. Since its inception, Bollywood has had a complex and often fraught relationship with the state. During the post-independence era, the Indian government recognized the power of cinema and used it to promote national unity and social messages. Films often reflected the government's socialist ideals, focusing on themes of poverty, social justice, and national integration. However, this period also saw instances of censorship, with the government cracking down on films deemed critical of its policies. The rise of commercial cinema in the 1970s and 1980s saw a shift in this dynamic. Bollywood became increasingly market-driven, focusing on entertainment and escapism. However, the relationship between cinema and the state remained relevant, with politicians often courting film stars for endorsements and using films to reach out to the masses. Section 8. The 2024 elections. A cliffhanger ending or a new season? The 2024 Indian general elections were a watershed moment in the country's political history. The BJP, seeking a third consecutive term in power, faced a formidable challenge from a united opposition. The elections were closely watched, not just within India but globally, as the outcome had significant implications for the world's largest democracy. The BJP's campaign heavily relied on its Hindu nationalist platform, while the opposition focused on issues like unemployment, economic inequality, and social justice. The campaign trail was rife with accusations of misinformation, hate speech, and attempts to polarize the electorate along religious lines. The outcome of the elections, which saw the BJP return to power albeit with a reduced majority, reflected the deep divisions within Indian society. The 2024 elections underscored the growing influence of Hindu nationalism, the increasing role of social media in shaping political discourse, and the challenges faced by Indian democracy in an era of rising populism. Section 9. The Future of Indian Democracy. Lights, Camera, Action. As India navigates the complexities of the 21st century, the relationship between cinema, politics, and society will continue to evolve. Bollywood, with its vast reach and cultural influence, will remain a powerful tool for shaping public opinion and influencing political discourse. It is crucial for citizens to be critical consumers of media, understanding the subtle ways in which narratives are shaped and agendas are promoted. The responsibility lies with filmmakers, actors, and producers to use their platform responsibly, promoting tolerance, inclusivity, and respect for India's diverse social fabric. The future of Indian democracy hinges on the ability of its citizens to engage in informed debate, bridge social divides, and hold their elected representatives accountable. The script for India's future is still being written, and it's up to the citizens to ensure that it's a story of unity, progress, and justice for all.